Alrighty, thanks for joining us here. It's game two of this split doubleheader here against this three-game series. Game three, the final of the Chicago White Sox and St. Louis Cardinals. We're live here. This is Bally Sports Midwest. We're set here for the final game of the series. Cardinals lost last game 11-12. It was a huge offensive game last time up. Lance Lynn is on the mound. Paul Goldschmidt first base. Have Ivan Herrera behind the plate. Wilson Contreras is out of the lineup. That is to give him rest. Then you also have Michael Ciani, who is also out of the lineup, and Nolan Gorman is in left field. Lance Lynn, he's pitched 6 games this season. He's won 5 of them with a 5-0 record with an ERA of 3.58. So Lance Lynn has done a terrific job so far this season. Leading off is Andrew Benintendi. We get set here for some baseball. First pitch, cut fastball, down and away, a 1-0 the count.
One ball, one strike.
1-1.
Ball.
2-1 the count. Happy Cinco de Mayo here at Busch Stadium. Festival de Cardinals. On this split doubleheader day. Last night's game was postponed due to the thunderstorms and severe weather that rolled through. And that's grounded. Foul. 2-2 the count. The pitch. And here's a high fly ball lifted deep. It's up against the wall. This is going to be a throw to third. And in with a triple is Andrew Benintendi. Man, that ball was almost crushed. That's his second triple of the season here. It was a high fly ball, almost crushed for a home run. So nobody out. The Sox do have a runner at third. They take a strike. 0-1 is Nicky Lopez.
Ball one.
Ball one. 1-1 the count. We also do have a shortstop in Jose Fairman. And that's a base hit, and a run will score, and so the White Sox get here on the board early and lead things off 1-0.
Hey, right.
0-1 the count to Eloy Jimenez. Grounder. Donovan can't get it. Throws it to first. Runner safe at first and second. And Donovan is charged with an error there, an E4, as he's unable to get it in his glove. Man, that could have been a sweet double play there, but just couldn't scoop it up there. And so runners aboard at first and second. Nobody out for the White Sox.
No.
Ball outside, 1-0 the count. And that's ripped through the infield. This could be trouble. And so the runners will hold. The base is loaded here. And there might be a mound visit here for Lance Lynn. Just talk him through, get his confidence up, see, what they want to do as far as the game plan goes. So they're going to leave Lynn in. But bases loaded scenario here for the White Sox. There's a high fly ball. Burleson reaching over, has got it. And so a runner will score on a sac fly. And the White Sox now lead 2-0. Colson Montgomery.
No ball.
Takes a strike. 0-1 to count. Strike 2 at the knees. The pitch. And fouled. The pitch.
Ball.
Down and away. Couldn't get him to chase. So 1-2 the count.
2-2.
2-2. Struck him out. Lance Lynn's first strikeout there. So they're 2 way down now. Nice pitch down and away to get Colson Montgomery to chase. Max Stassi, he's batting 184 for the White Sox.
Down.
A ball just down and outside, 1-0. Cardinals fans booing, thinking that was a strike.
Strike.
And there's a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 to count. The pitch.
Hee-haw.
And 1-2 now for Max Stassi. He's caught looking at that pitch. Ripped through the middle. Nobody can get to it in time. A runner's coming home. And a run scores, and now the White Sox lead 3-0. Jose Fairman just can't get to the ball in time past the shortstop in there. A strike taken inside, 0-1 the count. 0-2 to the Paul DeYoung. He was 2 for 4 his last game. Former shortstop for the Cardinals. He's down in the count. Here comes the pitch. And that's a high fly ball, but foul to the left. The pitch. Goldschmidt's got it. And so that's going to retire the inning there. The Cardinals, they're down 3-0 after White Sox put up a big inning up on the board. They scored 3 runs on 4 hits and strand a couple. Chris Flexen, he is the pitcher for today's game against White Sox. He has pitched 6 games this season, has a ERA of 8.2. Maybe the Cardinals will capitalize on that. This is a split doubleheader. The Cardinals lost game 1, 12-11. Brendan Donovan gets set in this one and fouls that. Got the most doubles with 10 on the season out of any Cardinals player. And fouled. So 0-2 the count. Here comes the pitch. That's hit in the center field. Fly ball in, out is Donovan. Here's the lineup for your Cardinals. Some changes. You got Jose Fairman, who's batting second. Ron Herrera is behind the plate. So you have Crawford, who's out of the lineup. And you also have Wilson Contreras, who's out of the lineup as well. Matt Carpenter is the designated hitter. There's a pop fly, and that's a base hit for Jose Fairman. Well, he's aboard here. At first. So Paul Goldschmidt, he's batting .317 right now. Swinging miss on the
0-1.
ball just outside the zone. He's got a 14-game hitting streak right now. Could he make it 15? We'll see. And rolled over, foul to the left. Here comes the pitch.
Second foul ball.
And fouled to the left again. So he's down in the count. 0-2, one out. Runner at first.
1-2.
And that's a wild pitch. Runner will advance from first to second. So Jose Fairman will reach second base there. And so the Cardinals, a little bit better standing there to avoid maybe a possible double play. And a cut fastball, protecting the plate, but foul. 1-2 the count. Fouls that one. So Goldschmidt getting set here again. The 1-2 popped up in the infield, should be playable. And got it for the out. Lopez. Nolan Gorman. He's got a 14-game hitting streak as well. He's batting .292 right now. There's a high fly ball, but foul. It's 3 for 6. Against Flexen. There's a high fly ball, playable in foul territory, and he's got it for the out. And so the Cardinals strand a runner on a hit. They're down 3-0.
Leading off for the White Sox, the center fielder, Zach DeLoe.
Zach DeLoe is batting .200. He's a center fielder. There's a high fly ball. Burleson having to range deep. Can't make a diving stop there, and so that's going to be extra bases. Wow. So Zach DeLoe is in there with a triple.
Ball down low.
1-0 the count.
Hee-haw.
1-1. Grounder hit to Donovan, thrown to first, but the White Sox do score a run. So now it's 4-0 White Sox. Well, you're going to start to wonder, are the Cardinals starting to maybe run out of gas here? 0-1 the count. We don't know. We thought that last game, and they came back and led it most of the game. Just couldn't close things out there in the end.
Ball.
1-1 the count.
1-1.
Comes the pitch. And foul tip. 1-2. The 1-2 delivery. Popped up. Arenado ranging over into foul territory. Has got it for the second out. There are two away.
Now batting, designated hitter,
Eloy Jimenez, who's 0 for 1. Reached on Aaron in the first. Grounder that Brendan Donovan couldn't scoop up. Oh for 1. Here's the pitch. Oh boy, that ball is crushed. Goodbye. Eloy Jimenez with a home run. a solo shot, and the White Sox are pouring it on here. They lead 5-0. Whew. Wow. It was a 425-foot home run. And the Cardinals might go to their bullpen here this early. And that they will. Matt Liberatore is coming out to pitch the rest of the game as Lance Lynn is left the mound here. Lewis Robert Jr., he's 1 for 1, a grounder hit to Donovan, thrown to first, and that'll end the inning. Retire the side, rather. We're headed to the bottom of the second. Cardinals down 5-0. Nolan Arenado, he's batting .328 with an 8-game hitting streak. He's getting his first time up. And chopped foul, 0-1. Here comes the pitch. And there's a grounder. Bobbled, and so Nolan Arenado will be safe at first. We'll see how they record this. It's recorded as a base hit. So I personally thought it looked like more like an error to me, but the scorer decided to go with a base hit. Matt Carpenter, he's the designated hitter for the Cardinals, batting 6th in the rotation. Batting .277. And base hit. And so you got runners aboard at first and second for the Cardinals. That ball was hit in the left field. Just past the shortstopman. So Ivan Herrera, the backup catcher for the Cardinals. Short hop grounder. This could be double play. Hit to second. Thrown to first. And there are 2 men down, but a runner advances to third. 3-6-1 double play the Cardinals hit into. Alec Burleson. He's batting .333 right now. And a high fly ball, but foul. Here comes the pitch. And fouled that one, too. So back-to-back fouls, and he's down in the count. 0-2. And a swinging miss. Got him to chase on that one. And that'll retire the half. Cardinal Strand, a runner, on a couple hits. And we're through 2 innings. We're headed to the top of the third. Matt Liberatore is on the mound for the Cardinals. Lance Lynn was struggling on the mound. And doesn't look like things got here much better, as that's a base hit for the White Sox. Gavin Sheets to lead things off and nobody out. Colson Montgomery takes a strike high in the zone, 0-1. And 0-2 the count. The pitch. There's a ball lifted high into left field. Gorman ranging in has got it for the first out. So the runner will hold at first. Mac Statsy, he's 1 for 1, had a single RBI his last time through the order. Swinging miss on that. 0-2 the count. Here comes the pitch. Arenado's got it. Nice job for Arenado to jump up and get that ball. The third baseman. So that's 2 down now. Let's take a look at a replay on this. Smoked off the bat. Arenado just has to reach his glove up and get it for the out.
D-Ride.
0-1. The shortstopman Paul DeYoung, who's 0 for 1 also. Swinging miss on that, and he's down in the count, 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Struck him out. Nice job by Liberatore on the mound. And so that'll retire the half there. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Cardinals still down 5-zip. Dylan Carlson, he's up to bat now in the 9th hole. Here comes the pitch. And that's ripped through for a base hit. Nice job by Carlson. He rips that ball in the right field. That's a 13-game hitting streak for Carlson on the Cardinals. So Lance Lynn was struggling in the early part of the game, and they're down 5-0, the Cardinals. And that ball is foul. Brendan Donovan is up to bat at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Slow rolling grounder. This could be double play. Thrown to second, thrown to first, double play. The Cardinals hit into a 4-6-3. That just tears you up. Yeah. The second double play the Cardinals have hit into. You have the shortstopman Jose Fairman, 1 for 1, coming up to bat.
That's a strike.
Swinging miss on that.
Ball. 1 strike.
0-1. Cardinals hopefully looking to get the series win today.
1-1.
As the White Sox took game 1 of this split doubleheader. Here comes the pitch. High and in the zone, 1-2. Going to have to protect the play here.
Ball 2.
And 2-2, just a bit outside there. So we get set again here.
Full count.
Good eye, full count there. Full count delivery. Here's a ball lifted high, well deep, way back, wall looking up. Oh, caught at the warning track. And so, Cardinals can't get anything aboard going there. They're still down 5-0. We're headed to the top of the 4th. Back after this. Welcome back. Zach DeLoe is coming up to bat here for the White Sox. He's 1 for 1. Takes a strike. 0-1. And a foul tip. Makes it 0-2 now. The accounts and descriptions of this game in its entirety may not be rebroadcasted, retransmitted, or redisseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. There is a grounder hit to Goldschmidt, who will step on the bag for the first out. Andrew Benintendi. He is 1 for 2, had a triple RBI. And there's a ball lifted into center field. Base hit for Andrew Benintendi. Benintendi, rather, excuse me. And so with one out, the White Sox do have a runner aboard at first. Lance Lynn was pulled out of the game early, as the mechanics were just simply not there for him. He was having a bad day, and so have Matt Libator on the mound now. 0-2 the count. The pitch, and struck him out. Nice job there. So there are 2 men down here. Eloy Jimenez had a solo home run in the second. Picked up the 5th run for the White Sox.
Yeah.
In there for a strike, 0-1.
No, that's a ball.
Just a bit outside. So 1-2 now to count.
No.
The Cardinals in the first game did score 6 or more runs, so drinks tomorrow at any participating on-the-run location are 60 cents the following day after the Cardinals score 6 or more, courtesy of On the Run. On the Run is a proud sponsor of your St. Louis Cardinals. Three and two the count. Full count here. Willie Walkham. Here's the pitch. Rounder. Fairman can't get to it, and that's going to be a base hit for Eloy Jimenez. So runners at first and second here for the White Sox. And here's a ball lifted high into center field. Another run's coming aboard here, and White Sox lead 6-0 here. Lewis Robert Jr., he had 3 home runs his last game. Takes a ball outside, 1-0. Well, the problem that the Cardinals seem to be having in these back-to-back games is no matter where they place that pitch, it seems like the opposing team is finding ways to hit the ball and make contact, and contact well. 1-2. There's a ball lifted high. Burleson ranging in. Can't get there in time. So a run scores, and it's now 7-0 White Sox. Wow. Goodness. 2 outs. Ball taken. I thought that was inside, but it was ruled the ball. So, get set here again. Here's a ball lifted high. Burleson ranging in has got it, and that'll end the 4th. The White Sox do pick up a couple runs on a couple hits. They lead 7-0. Your Cardinals are down. Got Goldschmidt, Gorman, and Arenado coming up to bat. Paul Goldschmidt, he's 0 for 1. Takes a strike, 0-1. I don't think fans like the call on that. No. There's a ball lifted high into center field, right, and he's got it for the out. So Goldschmidt will fly out for the first out. Nolan Gorman, he's 0 for 1. He popped out in the first. And there's a foul tip to the right. Here comes the pitch. And that's a high fly ball. And an infield pop there for Nolan Gorman as there's 2 men down now for the Cardinals. Nolan Arenado, he's 1 for 1. Swinging miss on that. 0-1 the count. Oh, 0-2. He looks at that. And struck him out. Arenado goes down. And the Cardinals go down 1-2-3. We're through 4 innings, headed to the top of the 5th.
Leading off for the White Sox, the catcher, number 33,
Max Stassi is 1 for 2. Here comes the pitch from Liberatore. 0-1 delivery.
That's a ball.
Oh, 1-1 the count.
Ball, no.
2-1. Cardinals looking to go to their bullpen. Andrew Kittredge and Ryan Fernandez are warming up for the Cardinals. Cinco de Mayo here at Busch Stadium. Festival de Cardinals. Grounder hit to Arenado, thrown to first, and there's 1 down.
Now back, second baseman, Paul DeYoung.
Paul DeYoung, he's 0 for 2, the former shortstopman for the Cardinals. The 0-0 delivery popped up, playable. Eric Goldschmidt ranging over has got it. Oh, no, he didn't get it. I thought he had it there. So, foul ball. 0-2 the count. And struck him out. Paul DeYoung goes down, striking out. Liberatore picks up another K.
The center fielder,
Zach Delo, he's 1 for 2.
Hike.
0-1.
Ball. 1 strike. Shoot.
0-2 the count. Here comes the pitch. Grounder hit to Arenado, thrown to first, and that'll end the 5th inning there. The top of the 5th, rather. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals still down, 7-0.
leading off, the designated hitter, Matt Carpenter.
Matt Carpenter takes a strike inside, 0-1. He's 1 for 1. Rounder hit to the shortstopman, thrown to first, and there's one away. Ivan Herrera, he's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the second. Coming up to bat. And a foul tip there, 0-1.
Ball.
1-1 to count. There's a ball lifted into left center field. A dive. He can't make it, so Ivan Herrera is on his way to second. And Ivan Herrera is in there with a double and only one out. Nice job for Ivan Herrera as he hits this ball into right center field. Diving stop is trying to be made there by the center fielder, but can't make it. So the ball rolls all the way to the wall. That leads to an extra base hit. Alec Burleson, he's over 1. And chops that one foul, 0-1. And chopped foul. Again, 0-2 the count. He's down in the count. This ball's lifted high into center field, playable. And that's going to be a fly out for Burleson. That'll hold the runner at second. 2 outs. Dylan Carlson, he's 1 for 1. And he chops that one foul, 0-1. Oh, 0-2 the count. Fouled that one again. Protecting the plate. The 0-2 delivery. And struck him out. And so the Cardinals strand a runner. They have been shut down by Chris Flexen. They're still down 7-0. Andrew Benintendi, he is 2 for 3, had a triple and single RBI. Here comes the 0-0 delivery. And that's ripped through for a base hit.
Now batting, third baseman, Nicky Lopez.
Here comes the pitch. Struck him out. Nicky Lopez goes down. Eloy Jimenez, he's 2 for 3. Here comes the pitch.
No.
Couldn't get him to chase on that pitch outside, so 1-0. And that's tapped foul, 1-1. And there's a base hit. That's a fair ball. This is going to mean extra bases. Carlson having to make a strong throw inside. Not in time. And the White Sox now lead 8-0. And I think that's going to be a mound visit. Andrew Kittredge is coming in for the Cardinals. The pitch. He's pitched 16 games. Here comes the pitch. 0-1. Chopped inside, thrown to first, and out. Nolan Arenado had to make a speedy run in to grab that ball. Prevent it from being an infield hit. Gavin Sheets. He was 1 for 4 his last game. Takes a strike, 0-2 the count. There's a pitch lifted high, and it's deep, and that's going to be extra bases for the White Sox, and they continue to pour it on here. They lead 9-0 now.
Ball. Hook one.
1-1 the count. Here comes the pitch.
2.
1-2.
1 ball. 2 strikes.
Foul tip. Gets set here again for the 1-2 delivery. The pitch. And that's a high fly ball lifted out into right field. Carlson's underneath it. Got it for the out. It's going to retire the half. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Got Donovan, Behrman, and Goldschmidt coming up to bat. Brendan Donovan. He's 0 for 2. He's 4 for 13 this series. There's a high fly ball lifted in the left field and caught for the out.
Up next for the Cardinals, the shortstop.
There's a high fly ball into right field. And it's caught for the second out.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Paul Goldschmidt. He's 0 for 2. He flied out, popped out. Grounder hit to the shortstop and thrown to first, and this is going to retire
He's out.
the side. The Cardinals still can't get anything going offensively. They're down 9-0. We're through 6 innings.
Leading off for the White Sox, the catcher, number
Max
3.
Stassi is 1 for 3. Andrew Kittredge gets set for his second time up on the mound. There's a high fly ball into right field. Carlson's underneath it. Has it for the out.
Now batting, second
Paul DeYoung, who's 0 for 3. He struck out in the 5th.
Three high.
And takes a strike, 0-1.
Ball 1.
Ball 1 couldn't get him to chase
One
on that.
ball, 1 strike.
There's a ball lifted high into center field. Got it for the out.
now batting, the center fielder, Zach Zillow.
Zach DeLoe 1 for 3. Here comes the pitch. The pitch. 0-2. Struck him out. Nice inning there for Andrew Kittredge. We're through the 7th inning. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. At the top of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th. Nolan Gorman, who's over 2, is coming up to bat. There's a grounder hit to the shortstopman, Paul DeYoung, who will throw it to first for the out. A lot of hitting streaks probably going to come to an end here. Nolan Arenado, he's 1 for 2. Singled. And an infield pop. And playable, and so there are 2 way down very easily there.
The batter, number 15, designated hitter.
Matt Carpenter, he's 1 for 2. This series, he's been 3 for 7. And there's a base hit, ripped through center field. It's rolling to the wall, and so Carpenter's going to be aboard at second with a double. Ball was perfectly placed right in between left and center field. Ivan Herrera, he's 1 for 2. And caught for the out. He lines to DeYoung. Cardinals go down. They strand a runner. They're still down 9-0. White Sox coming up again. Andrew Kittredge is still out on the mound for the Cardinals. 0-1. Grounder hit to Donovan. Throws at the first. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Nicky Lopez.
The 0-1 delivery.
Ball 1.
Ball 1. Grounder hit to Goldschmidt. He'll step on the bag, and there are 2 men down.
Up next for the White Sox, the designated hitter, Eloy Jimenez.
Eloy Jimenez gets set here. He's 3 for 4. Takes a strike inside. 1-1 to count. This will be the first time since last season that the Cardinals
That's foul.
will lose a doubleheader in back-to-back games since last July with the New York Mets. And And there's a strikeout. And that'll end the inning. The top half, rather. Excuse me. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Cardinals still down 9-8. Alec Burleson. He is 0 for 2. We get set here.
Yep.
Takes a strike. 0 and 1.
No ball. One strike. Hard,
0 and 2. Here comes the pitch. And a foul tip to first. Throws at the pitcher. He'll step on the bag, and there's one away. There's some action happening in the bullpen. Brian Fernandez is coming in to the Cardinals game. Dylan Carlson, he's 1 for 2. And popped up behind the plate, but playable. And that's caught for the second out.
Now batting, second baseman,
Brendan Donovan, he's 0 for 3. He flew out in the 6th. Coming up to bat now. There's a base hit for Brendan Donovan. Brendan Donovan is aboard at first with 2 outs. This extended his hitting streak to 13 games there. Jose Fairman, he is 1 for 3. There's a ball lifted high to left field and caught for the out. That'll end the bottom of the 8th and the inning. We're headed to the top of the 9th. This bud's for you. Budweiser is a proud sponsor of your St. Louis Cardinals. Brian Fernandez, he's pitched 8 games. Got 1 win this season. An ERA of 1.54. Things can't really get as worse as they already are. When you're down 9-0, you know, the game's pretty much over. There's a ball lifted high, well deep, way back. Goodbye. Home run for Lewis Robert Jr., his 9th. That is his fourth home run this series. He scored 3 runs last game. That's his 4th home run of the day, I should say. This is a split doubleheader. So, wow. So, White Sox lead 10-0 Cardinals.
Uh-huh.
0-1. There's a grounder hit to Donovan. Throws it to first.
He's out.
And there is one away.
Now batting, the shortstop,
Colson Montgomery, he is 0 for 4. He is 1 for 11 this series alone.
High.
Strike inside, 0-1. The pitch. And a foul ball. Grounder ripped through the infield, and that's a base hit for Colson Montgomery. Here comes the pitch. 0-1.
Two.
0-2.
2 strikes.
There's a grounder. Throws it to second. Throws it back to first. And double play. Well, we're through. The top of the ninth. Cardinals are down 10-0. Paul Goldschmidt, he's 0 for 3. He grounded out in the sixth. Getting his last crack in this one. Takes a strike in the upper part of the zone, 0-1. Chris Flexen is still out on the mound. He has just shut down these Cardinals offensively. And a ground ball, but foul. Cardinals have been very aggressive at the plate, though, which is why it's allowed him to pursue. There's a ball. And that's a base hit for Paul Goldschmidt. He is not able to get there in time. That ball was lifted into right field. So Paul Goldschmidt is aboard and just extended his hitting streak to 15 games. We were wondering if the hitting streak was going to come to an end, but it still continues. Nolan Gorman, he is 0 for 3. There's a ball lifted high into left field, playable, and it's caught for the first out.
Now batting, third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado. 1 for 3. There's a ball lifted high and deep, way back, and caught for the second out. Oof, that was close. I thought that ball had a chance to get out of the park. Just didn't have enough power. Let's take a look at a replay on this. He has to go deep. Benintendi makes a nice reverse basket catch there. So the Cardinals are down to their last out. Matt Carpenter gets set. He'll take a strike, 0-1. There's a grounder. And the pitcher will step on the bag, and that'll do it. And the Cardinals have a big-time loss here. They lose 10-0 against the Chicago White Sox. Probably one of the more forgettable games of the season. Every once in a while, you're going to have a bad game, and this was just one of them. The mechanics for the Cardinals pitching just didn't fall through. Lance Lynn moves to 5-1 on the season. Chris Flexen picks up the win. Let's take a look at the highlight reels. It was the long ball, and it was tons of hits for the White Sox. They knew the Cardinals where they were going to place that ball, where to hit it each time, and ultimately really was the big time offensive day for the White Sox. Cardinals lose back-to-back doubleheader games here. First time since July of last season against the New York Mets. Chris Flexen is the player of the game for the White Sox. He pitched 9 innings, had 8 hits, 3 strikeouts allowed. And so he's our player of the game. And then the loss goes to Lance Lynn. He pitched 1.2 innings, had 6 hits, 1 strikeout, and 4 earned runs. We're going to exit the post game, and we're going to talk with the manager. Here's the manager, Ollie Marmol. So, Ollie, what can you tell us about today's game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, we tried doing a pretty good job there, and ultimately, Lance, he struggled in the beginning part of the game, and just, trying to keep that pitch down and out where they, were chasing. They weren't chasing, and they knew where to hit the ball, and they were making good, solid contact and could drive that ball where they were making hits. So, it is what it is. It's a bad day, but we're going to regroup and come back tomorrow and do it again. And then, I will say that and Lipitor and Andrew Kittredge, prevent further bleeding there. And so, you don't want that guy to be out there for too long because, bleed too much. So, all right. Well, thanks, Ollie. The Cardinals lose today by a score. The Cardinals lose in the split doubleheader today. The finals today, 11-12 in the first game, and then they lost 10-0 against the Chicago White Sox. Cardinals are here tomorrow night for the New York Mets, 6 o'clock, in a 3-game series back here at Busch. Let's get a preview. So, looks like tomorrow will be Sonny Gray on the mound. He's 2 for 3 for the season for the Cardinals with a 2.88 ERA against Cody Senga, who is 0 for 1 with a 7.9 ERA. Back here at Busch around 7 o'clock will be your game time here at 6:45. First pitch. Cardinals, they come up short today. They're now 2 games below 500 in the division. 3.5 games back from first place against the Chicago Cubs. Cardinals just today was a bad day. Routinely as far as baseball goes, the mechanics as far as the pitching really struggled. It was the first Cardinal shutout that we've seen in quite some time. Let's take a look at the statistics and see when the last time the Cardinals were shut down. I think it was the first time the Cardinals have been shut out since that game back in Oakland against the Oakland A's back on April 15th. It looks like April 16th. It was the first time the Cardinals were shut out since April 16th today. So, Cardinals lose this series against the Chicago White Sox. They do get their first series loss at least in almost 2 weeks. So, Cardinals now move to 6-4 in their last 10. So, Cardinals, they got some work to do. They're going to figure it out. I just think that with it being a doubleheader day, it was a lot of stress and tension. It was very close there, that first game. But ultimately, when the bullpen comes out and you have Giovanni Gallegos out there on the mound, things are unknown, and that's how baseball works. So, and then the second game, it just Chris Flexen, his mechanics just shut down the Cardinals offensively. They lose by the score of 9-0, or 10-0 rather. So that's going to do it for us. We appreciate you for joining us here on Bally Sports Midwest. The accounts and description of this game may not be rebroadcasted, redisseminated, or retransmitted without the express written consent of your St. Louis Cardinals.